Okay, now that I've got the sensor dome drilled out, I put a little piece of O4 styrene in there and wrapped 6 double density LED tape around it and trimmed it to where I could insert it in there. It fit very snugly, trimmed it till it fit very snugly, and inserted it into the sensor dome. It should be more than enough to illuminate the sensor dome area and provide the lighting that I'm looking for there. I then covered the hole with a piece of, again, 040 styrene and sealed any remaining gaps with the Squadron White putty and drug my wires through there to kind of act like a strain relief and seal that up. Then once that was done, I took the some aluminum tape, cut it to size, and put it over the area to fully light block the upper section and the red light from the dome. Okay, now that I've got my clear pieces mounted to the bottom of my X-Acto box because it's nice, hard, and flat, I'm going to do some flat sanding on these to make them just a bit thinner and hopefully pass the light a little better. As the picture showed, I've secured both these pieces and my sandpaper to my cutting mat by using some of this mounting tape. It's very sticky, will hold very well, but also is easy to get up and under to pull the pieces off when I need to remove it. So basically what I'm going to do is put even pressure. Cut the video here, and we'll be back later with these pieces mounted. Now, after sanding these, we have a nice frosted look on both sides, and I did sand them just a fraction thinner to where they would be the correct thickness. Now they're just ready to be cleaned. I'll wash them a bit, make sure there's no dust on them, and glued in place. Once that was done, I took the 2 clear pieces and the 1 central piece, put them in a stack like I showed in the previous video, super glued those in place, and then I was ready to move on and mount the light strip. Okay, now that I've got that done, I'm going back to the bottom part of the front of the ship, and what I've done here is marked back about 3/4 of an inch, keeping basically the same angle. I went in and trenched in slightly because I couldn't put the assembly together with this light strip without modifying it, which I didn't want to do. So I made just about an 1/8 or a 1/16 inch notch down through there, put a piece of 040 styrene with some little brackets to hold it, super glued everything in place. Once that was all done, I attached the light strip and wired those in place and dropped them through the bottom of the hole. Okay, now with both sub-assemblies completed, it's time to apply super glue to both sub-assemblies. Get out a couple of clamps and clamp the upper section with the sensor dome to the lower section and set it aside to dry. Yeah, let's see, here we we got the light in, both for the red sensor dome and the front light. Of course, this camera is very much over saturating the actual light levels, but it is together now. And the lighting does indeed work. So on to the next step. Got to close the sides over here and over here, and I've put a couple of pieces of heat shrink on temporarily. Have not shrunk it down yet because I'm going to have the bulb lighting in there also for the main lighting. So I wanted to leave that connection loose, and then I've just got a couple of pigtails to get out there to do the light test. But it is together now, and everything is working.